Hey guys, Hanna here. I'm an ambassador for OPST, and we've been fishing the Skagit River lately, and the water's been perfect. Classic runs, fishing great. But there's some flies out there that are hard to cast, you know, straight up hard to cast for some people. And I think a lot of us have forgot about the original Intruder. So today I'm going to tell you one of my favorite patterns. It's a little bit of pink in the butt, purple, and black. It's a good all-around fly. So let's get started. So first, I'm going to start out by getting my shank wrapped up here. Go ahead and, sorry. So I went ahead and started out with the, these are the 1 3/4 inch. And I've actually nipped off about a 1/4 inch here. Filed her down. A little longer, I didn't have my right shank. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use the number 2 swing hook. Favorite hook, steelhead hook. Good hold. Every fish you hook, I've got confidence it's gonna work. And I'm using a 30-pound firewire. Good stiff line. Yep, it's still flexible. Yeah, I'm sweating. Let me open that door. So now I'll go ahead and start with my little dubbing ball in the back to kind of prop up the back. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Senyo's Fusion Dub Pink Lady. I love it. It's got a little silver flash in it. Yummy material here. I'm a dubbing loop tire. I like to put everything in the dubbing loop. OPST tie, you know, spinner makes it really easy, tying quick. Sorry, is that moving? And I'm not too worried about lining my ends up. I just get it in there. Go ahead and space her out. Quick and easy. Dang it. Get her locked in there. Intruder prop hackles. I think they're just basically turkey flats. Great material. I'm looking for something easy to cast, so I'm gonna stay with like maybe 2-3 wraps. The more you tie, you'll be able to kind of gauge how long it takes to go around each one. Maybe about 2.5, maybe 3. If you want to keep your body nice and slender, not tapered, don't cut the stem short. Leave it long as your body will be, and then you just kind of wrap that forward. And then you keep the body very even. Makes for a nicer looking fly. Let's keep this. Then we'll go ahead and just use a little purple ostrich here. I'm looking for 6. I like the twin tail intruder. I'm looking for about 6, 7 quills here. Should have this all ready already. The hook, end of the hook, we want to run that just the hook length, maybe just a little, the same hook length behind. So add another hook back here, and that's where your end should stop. That'd give you mega wiggle. And I like tying these in on the side. That's keeps it splayed out. I don't like my ends being perfectly matched up. I like them to work off each other. And again, we'll just take that and wrap it all the way forward to keep that nice slim body. Lock everything in here. Then we'll go just standard purple Flashabou, maybe 3, 4 strands. I always put my flash in. Sometimes, a lot of times I don't fish it with flash, but it gives me the option to cut it out later on the river. Make sure my ends aren't the same. If your ends are the same, it doesn't swim right. It doesn't work off each other. I try to keep these roughly the same as the ostrich. Tie it right in on the side, right on top of the ostrich. Couple wraps. Take your other end. Just take your other end. Go ahead and make it same length. Put it on the other side. And you'll get this little loop up front. You can either come all the way forward and then lock it back. Go ahead and cut that out of there. That'll conclude the back half of our fly. Silver diamond braid. I love this stuff for many reasons. Covers up a lot of imperfections. And it's got that nice flash. This is the point where I like to tie in my eyes if I'm going to use them. This fly is actually going to have saddles, so I want this to ride right. I want the ride saddles on top. So I'm gonna use just enough weight for a keel, but still very easy to cast. I got the extra small brass. With the hair made by Hairline there. And I tie my eyes in. This is kind of an interesting way. I only lock it in 3 times because of the way I finish my fly. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I just leave it. It's loose. Come back to that. Our second stage here, I'm going to go ahead and use a purple, what is it, the electric grape Senyo's fusion dub. It's got that steely blue in there, it's just yummy. Sorry, Ben. All good. That's our shoulder. Now we're going to do a little mini composite loop. We use the I like the EP Foxy brushes. This one's the chromatic from Senyo's. Purple, blue, good stuff. I don't like using the wire. Just not really a fan of it. So what I do is I cut it about 1.5 inches. I fold it over. I get all of it. I fold it over and put it in my fingers just like this. I go ahead and cut that off. That's going to go on my loop. Black STS trilobal dubbing. Mostly just a scrim. Our foxy brush. And I like to lay this about 60-40, like up the middle. I'll go ahead and put that in my composite loop, leaving a gap enough still for some ostrich. And I want that 2 turns, 3 turns of the ostrich. So go ahead and cut about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. I'm looking for this fly to be too contrasting but dark colors. So I don't want it to be the ends lined straight up over the purple. I don't want them to match. I want this black to basically be on the point of my hook. If you pull it back, the ends line up with the point. That's what I'm looking for. So I'll find abouts where I want it. I come in, cut, take the ends, splay them out. I can get them right in there, right in that little spot I left, my dubbing loop. Okay, now I can take this end, fold it over. Just tap it more. I forgot my dubbing wax. Dubbing loop. Like I said, don't forget to close your loop up on a dubbing loop. Your materials will go flying. I don't have any wax, so I'll go ahead and just use a little saliva here. I think the more you do the composite loops, the better you get at it. I think it's about learning how to handle the materials. And trusting that your loop's tough enough to hold it. Everything's spaced. And you can tie all this separately. You don't have to do it in a loop if you don't want it. This is just faster for me. This isn't a ton of materials, as you can see. It's just taking 2 steps and turning it into one. Composite loops don't have to be materials mixed. It can be 2 materials spaced out, still tied in one loop. Wrap these right in front of each other. And I want this up against the eyes, tight. I don't want that turtle head look. It never looks good when it has that. Just keep pulling this material back. At this point in the fly, this is where I only tied in the eyes 3 times. Everything from here on out never goes around behind the eye. It goes tying the eyes on. So locking my thread down, I'm going as I'm tying this down. Everything's getting finished by tying the eyes down. Come in and clean your ends up if you like. Black schleppen. Just clean up the ends. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I almost forgot my holographic flash. Same as the first flash, we'll go ahead and use like 3 strands, 4 strands, as much as you like, really. Like, I'm not a huge fan of big flashy flies, but I like the option of being able to have it, cut it out later. Being a bugger. Sorry. Fold this guy back. About done here. Go ahead and find our schlappen feather. This is not good schlappen. This is just going to act as a collar to clean up the front. Nothing contrasting, same color, black. This has to be the hottest house I've ever been in. And then we'll go ahead and finish her off with the purple saddles. OPSTs. I've yet to find saddles as nice as these. All the ends are just beautiful, and the way they swim, unmatched. I like to line them up, get them pretty close. They don't gotta be perfect, but I don't like these to be quite as long. It's up to you. I don't like these to be quite as long as the purple in the back. I like them to be just a little bit shorter. So I'll find where I like it. And I'll strip the ends off. Nice and clean. I still set one at a time. I like to go through the eye, down through the eye of the hook. And like I said, as we were, same as we don't come over the top, as we were wrapping the eyes on. Let's give it two. And a lot of times these will want to spin on you, and with the eyes, what I can do, and see I went over this way, and so it kept it from spinning. Now, if I do this one like this way, it's going to want to roll on me. So if I go ahead and put it in, same thing, down through the eye. I can come underneath this eye and go back, wrap towards me. And then your saddles will sit against each other. And then if you want, you just take this, pull these ends back, and lock them down. Whip finisher off. Little head cement. And that's an original clean intruder. Still fish it high, but the weight is the weight's not for weight. The weight's so it will ride right in the water.
So I learned a couple things on that fly, man. So you were saying like you don't like to wrap in front of the eyes because it'll just bulk up the head too much?
It gives it a turtle head. It gives it a turtleneck. So if you just wrap 3 times around, just leave it, you'll come back to that. And then when you tie your stems in, just when you finish going around, come around the eye and lock it in back this way, and then come around this way, lock her down. And what that'll do is it's not only is it locking your feather down, it's tying the eyes down too. But it's not, you don't need to tie those eyes down first and get 30 wraps on them, because you're gonna come back and put 30 wraps on them. You don't need 60 wraps on them.
No, that's totally. And then reversing the thread by going backwards on
And
the eye.
using the reverse, it'll help you set the saddles.
So when you put your wings in, I tend to